So this is the week 3 assessment. Hit the ground running, getting back from Myerstown. And just after looking and doing the reading, um, what are my greatest strengths? I would say that my greatest strength is in doing the research. I love to look up articles, read through articles. Um, I have I love to dig. I love to try to discover things that will help me put the paper together, and that is one of my greatest strengths. Another thing is expression. I feel that I can express my thoughts very well on typing and putting things together. But one of the struggles when it comes to what's my greatest struggles, it is narrowing down the research. My thing is sometimes I can get into so many things that my thoughts can go 100 directions on where I want to take that research. And so one of the things I have been learning, and it has been a struggle for me and much of my writing in my graduate courses, has been learning to narrow down the thought to where people are able to follow that and the research that goes along with it. It's very easy to go so broad that you lose the purpose of what that paper is supposed to be. So I would say that is one of the things that I have struggled with. And another thing had been rest. Over the last months, I'd been going so much. I never realized after I left the one job how much it really took a toll on my writing and research. That even though I kept good grades, I was able to do what I needed to. It really, the lack of sleep, the things like that really did affect how I was to get my papers done, and to get them done effectively and with a good train of thought. Um, that is some of the things that I think that I've struggled with. Also, another thing is just learning how to format papers and doing some stuff like that. As far as when I was in undergrad, everything was MLA or APA, and then going into graduate and mostly theology and ministry courses, every except for a few courses, everything was Turabian. So I didn't have a lot of tools, so learning how to format those papers actually actually was a struggle for me, and still has been a struggle sometimes. Not getting, sometimes if you don't get everything 100% correct, and then I would start strong, and then when it come to the final paper, because there is so much citing, many times I would have an A throughout the class, and then on the last paper I get a B or a B plus, and that would lead to getting a minus in the class rather than getting an A. And so that has also been one of the struggles I've had, is learning how to correctly format the paper, to where it is correct. And there's just so much stuff out there that I would try to find videos on how to do it on a MacBook and how to format it correctly. And it just really ended up being a struggle that I would have, that I would overthink how I would do it, and then at last minute I'm trying to figure it out and trying to get that paper in at the same time. So that was another thing that I did put down as one of my struggles. Now, I know that with writing, you do want to have the correct citation, so you're not how can I put it, not giving it wrongly, so that it is, in a good format, is correct. So that's something that I have struggled with. Now, the third thing that I really thought about, as far as what do I need from God to endure the doctoral program or to get through. One of the things I put was patience, because starting a program, usually my mind always goes from A to Z right off the bat. I'm already thinking about the finished product, but I always forget about the process. My mind is always, well, we can get this done, but I have to learn how to do it step by step. So it does take patience, because my thing is I don't want to forget the learning or miss out on the learning due to just going for finishing. I want to remember what it takes to get that, what it took to train to get the first place. What was it that got me there? What was it that the not the finish run, but what was the training? What did I learn? What did I get out of it to strengthen me in my knowledge concerning God, concerning the Bible, and researching and theology. My thing is, I want patience to be able to not just think about just getting done. I want the what it took, and I want to cherish that. And that's something that I'm asking for God, is just patience in getting through, and just allowing Him to work His will in my life while doing this program. I don't want to get ahead of myself in thinking that I already know it or I already have it down. I'm here to learn, and I'm a life learner. I've always believed in learning. So that is one thing, is just patience. The other thing that I put down was endurance. I want to make sure that I'm lasting, that I don't want to start strong and finish weak. And that's something that I found with some of the, just some of these courses that in graduate is, like I said before, was due to the struggles I'd have. I would start strong but finish weak on the end paper. And my thing is, I want the endurance to be able to get through and not only start strong but finish strong. I know there's a lot more people that are a lot better writers than I am, and have just a lot of just a knack for it, but my thing is, it's about grit. It's about being willing to stick through it and endure to be able to finish. And so, and learn everything I can, not only from the research, but from, our mentors in the track, and get everything I can to be able to be a blessing to my church and to the body of Christ. My heart has always been to teach theology. So, I want to give that example of endurance in going through a program like this, because that is something that it takes, and listening to the in classes the last week, about how many people they quit during the dissertation. That's eye-opening, because to me that would be when you would be most encouraged. And my prayer is just that God gives me the endurance to be able to stand strong, and having done all to stand strong, to make it. I know that there's a lot to think over. There's a lot to learn, but the thing is, patience will allow me to learn it and get what I can, and endurance will allow me to walk through it and make it. So those are the two things that I really focused on, that I'm asking God for. And I know that, every day we're learning patience, and it's because there are moments that try to get us impatient and try to get us out of peace with God, much like Mary and Martha, that was so she was worried about what needed done, this and that, and Mary, she's sitting at the feet of Jesus and getting the word. And Jesus said, well, what she's chosen isn't going to be taken away from her. She's chosen better, because I think that if we'll give God that place, even though there may be a lot of things to do, it doesn't mean that we can't have the patience through it and get it done efficiently. And because programs, that starting a new program, endurance is what it's going to take to be able to last through. So that's what I was asking God for. Thank you.